What is up, guys and gals? Today is a little bit of a different pace for what you guys are used to here on the Slip Angle. You guys might remember Dan from way back in the Garage Quinn Motor days. He used to help me film.
What's up, guys?
He's been quarantined in COVID for a while, and he's just getting out. I had to yank him out of the house to come on this little adventure with me. But so we are currently on our way down to a Indian motorcycle dealership. I made a deal yesterday for a brand new 2019 Indian FTR 1200S motorcycle. No thanks to him. So a little bit of a backstory. I've always wanted to get my feet wet in motorcycles. I rode some dirt bikes a little bit when I was younger, some quads and stuff like that, and I always super enjoyed it. I had a mini bike when I was 14. I thought it was like the coolest shit ever. And I almost bought one in my early 20s, but like at the time I didn't, like, it was harder to get financing for one, so I kind of like strayed away from it. And then obviously the car thing like really took off and life happened, so like bike wasn't a priority. But the other day I was talking about bikes with somebody, and the itch started to come back. And then 2 days ago I asked my good buddy Dan, I said, hey, is anybody making these days a retro modern looking motorcycle that actually has performance? And the reason why I say that is because I love the look of classic bikes. Traditional style motorcycles are very appealing to me. Cafe racers, all that stuff has a lot of appeal. But the thing that always deterred me about them is that they don't really have the performance or athletics of, say, a sportier bike. Now, part of it's my motorsport background and wanting to have a sports car that handles well and accelerates well, brakes well, like all yada yada. So I kind of want that to translate over to the motorcycle world. Camera's running away here. We're just got you guys resting on the dash, so might have to hold it for 1 sec while we're on this corner. But for me, I'm a little apprehensive about motorcycles because I do think they're dangerous. So I do want a bike that can perform and maneuver in case I need to, versus like something where like you maybe would not be able to get out of the way, so like a traditional cruiser. So that's when I asked Dan. He threw up some suggestions. It was that, the BMW R9T, Ducati Monster, which is what you own. Or will you own a different version?
No, I have a Super Sport S.
So he has Super Sport S, but that's what's that? Ducati Monster frame with a hopped up motor?
With a hypermotard engine.
Okay. So Dan got into bikes a couple years ago. You started with the Ducati Scrambler.
Yep.
And now you moved up to what you're in now.
Which is the original bike I looked at before the Scrambler.
Yep.
But it was too much money, and I got the Scrambler instead.
Yep. And you've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Once you have a Ducati, you kind of go back to it. It's the premium. It's the sense of occasion.
And I'm saying, like, you enjoy just getting into motorcycles.
Yeah, it's something new.
Taking the corner here.
And funny enough, riding a motorcycle is stress relief. You think it'd be more nerve-wracking? No, it's not.
Well, I'm really excited to dive into something new, and this is kind of like what transpired for me when I got into firearms 3 years ago when I was 32, and now look at 2 years later, I'm federally licensed and I manufacture them. But I loved it because it was just something completely new that I can deep dive into. So I don't think that there's going to be anything different when it comes to motorcycles. So this is something that I'm super excited about. But I didn't want to buy a stepping stone bike because I think a lot of people do that. And I'm not saying that like you purposely did that or whatever. It's just, for me, that's not what I want to do with this bike purchase. I want to get something that is going to be good all around and something that I can just grow into, but something that's not crazy. Like, so obviously, like, I wasn't looking at like anything like 1000cc sports bikes or anything, you know, too insane, because it's just not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you don't need that for the street. You'll never use the bike for what it's intended for.
Right. So, and I think that's like, you know, that again, going back to this Indian, like, it's a little bit heavier than the comparative bikes. I guess that's the only real Achilles heel to it. But like most everybody who reviews it says that it manages the weight very well. It has great turn-in, some very sharp, crisp turn-in. They said it's like kind of more like a European sports car. So like where you give up a little bit of that immediacy because you got a little bit more weight, a little bit more of like a solid premium luxury feel. but it still has those athletics. And I watched some guys like hot dogging that thing around. I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, so the bike is capable of like doing silly things if you can do it. I'm not saying that I'm going to do that. You know, if I get to the point where I could do some like rip some donuts in the driveway, like that'd be kind of cool. But the bike has the power to do it. It's
plenty of power.
It's a V-twin. It makes 120 or 123 horsepower.
It's a lot.
And 80 something foot-pounds of torque. Dude, a quarter mile on it is 11.23 seconds, which like that's probably faster than any car that I own. I think my FD can break into the 11s. I don't know if it would do a low 11. Probably not. Maybe with like a superhero launch and like Hoosiers, but like not me driving it. So that's plenty of speed. I don't need anything faster than that. At least I say that right now, right? I have been wrong before, so I reserve the right to change my mind.
You'll find out most motorcycle enthusiasts change bikes often.
I mean, I could see myself maybe picking up a cruiser and doing a build. I just have a feeling I'm really going to fall in love with the whole motorcycle thing. It's been a bucket list thing for me to do, and those of you who've been following for a long time, like I haven't made any big car purchases other than your AP2 S2000 was the last one, and I sold it. So I started focusing more on the builds that I have. The rotary Miata build is like in progress. I know we haven't posted any videos. We're just going to release them all at once, but that costs a fair amount of money to do that project. So those will be coming soon. But I don't know, being in COVID isolation for a while and just kind of working my ass off the last 3 years, running 2 businesses and still working a full-time job, I said, son of a bitch, today's the day I'm going to treat myself to something, because I haven't done that in a long time.
Why not?
What better way to do it than go buy a nice ass motorcycle? So I went down to the dealership yesterday and I looked at them in person. I sat on it to make sure that like it was good. They offered for me to take it for a test drive, but like I haven't driven a motorcycle or dirt bike in 10 years. So I was like, yeah, it's all right. I mean, based on like, I watched enough on it that like it's a really well praised bike. I don't think there's going to be any issues. I think more of it's just like an ergonomic thing. Does it fit my body type? I'm 5'11", but it does. It's a little bit higher than majority of bikes in that class for like the seating position, but I'm mostly two flat feet on the ground, maybe with like a little bit of a lean or just a little bit of my heel off, but I can balance the bike pretty well. It doesn't feel heavy to me.
So it could be higher up because of the flat track racer aspect of the bike.
Yeah. Yep, I think that definitely has something to do with it, but I definitely wanted the S model. I wanted the Olin suspension, and I think it's adjustable. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that as I start to explore, I'm gonna fall into like my own driving style and start tuning the bike to perform how I want it. So speaking of tuning the bike, there were some things that I wanted because I built it on their configurator, and I'm gonna drop a photo of it right here. So this is the spec that I wanted for this bike. I love the look of it because it reminds me of like what a modern day cafe racer would be like. So they call this a naked bike in its class, but and this is just like the old lame ass in me. That brown leather seat, those carbon covers on the fuel tank, and like, not that the fuel tanks look bad, but like the offset paint like just kind of throws off the visual balance of the bike a little bit. I think the carbon covers with just the Indian writing on it in white like are very, very clean aesthetic. To match that, I got the matching front carbon fender. Is it fender? What the hell do you call the thing? Wheel arch?
Yeah, front fender.
Front fender. Okay, so that was an option.
Front mudguard.
Front mudguard. And the biggest thing that like visually for me was the exhaust. The stock exhaust on this thing looks beat as shit. Like I don't know what they were. The bike's beautiful. The bike's absolutely stunning, but like that exhaust, like that stock one, looks terrible. They offer 2 Akrapovic, I'm probably butchering the name, options. One's a high mount, which follows the same pathway that the stock one does, and they have a low mount one. I think the low mount one looks way, way, way better. It's full titanium. It's not cheap. The damn exhaust is $1,500. It doesn't matter where you go. I looked outside of there or buying it right from the dealer.
It's cheap compared to my bike.
Yeah, I mean, like, but for fucking 2 mufflers, like that's a lot of dough for 2 mufflers. But the cool thing about it is that, and I'm in no hurry because this thing's already going to be fast, like plenty fast for me. But like when I do get bored one day, they make a matching titanium header with a nicer merge collector, and then you can also do a titanium cat delete. So I'll probably move in that direction down the road. More for like the weight reduction aspect of it, and maybe noise. I don't know how loud the bike is going to be with the Akrapovic like versus the stock one. I listened to sound clips on the internet, and the reason why I wanted to go with this is not just because of the visual standpoint, but also because they're good mufflers and they're quiet. So like that, I think this we're moving again. That to me is the most important, because as soon as you start opening up the exhaust on anything, that's where having a quality muffler like really matters. A lot of places that design aftermarket exhaust, they design them in mind with you're just going to slap them on from the cat back and everything else is going to remain stock. So they put like less packing in the mufflers, so they're louder, so you hear something. A good aftermarket exhaust should be almost just as quiet as stock, but like maybe with like a slightly more tuned tone.
Yep.
That's how you know you got good mufflers. And that's like out of all the sound clips that I sampled and watched on it, you know, the Akrapovic was like probably the quietest out of all the exhausts. So I think I could go and complete the whole thing down the road, and it won't be too loud. I don't want too loud. I think one of the things I like about this is that like it's pretty fast and it's like stealth, you know. But I enjoy a tuned engine note. So a little bit of noise certainly wouldn't be bad. And the other thing is, the motor revs pretty high. I thought the peak power is rated at 8,400 but I think it has 10,000 RPM on the tach, but I think the red line starts at 9. I'm not sure where rev limiter is, like where fuel cut is.
It's pretty high for not being a European engine.
Right.
You know, Aprilia, Ducati, they could rev 11, 15, 16,000 RPM. So having an American engine that revs that high and freely is pretty amazing.
Yep, and everybody said it's got awesome like low end and mid range punch. So I think that's actually like kind of like even more appealing to me. Like I like the sport bike engines, but they're peaky. This thing being torquey down low, but also still having some RPM to back it up, just sounds like it's perfect for what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so having low-end torque engine, you could keep it in 5th gear and still carve the canyon without shifting.
Yeah, that's what they said. Like they're like you can kind of even lug the motor and it's not even, but it just kind of laughs at it. So yeah, I'm super stoked. So we just got off the on-ramp and we're about 2 minutes away. So we'll pick you guys back up in a minute. All right, there we go. Danny giving it a whirl. I mean, this isn't the one that I didn't get the race scheme. I wanted the black. Now I gotta say I'm not super stoked on how it looks out of the box. So I bought all the parts for it. We're gonna have to put them on.
It's wider than my bike.
That's what's gonna happen this weekend. What do you think of it?
Feels wider than my bike.
I think my white balance is all jacked up here.
No, it looks good. I don't like the metallic.
You know, I didn't know it was metallic until I saw it in person. But again, this is all going to get covered with the covers. So I don't want to see the offset in the color here. And then this is they come right over to here. And even the fender would be gone. It'd be carbon.
Maybe if they did a pearl versus a metallic, it would be better.
But what I'm saying is you're not going to see it on my bike anymore once I put the tank covers on and the front fender. I mean, the headlight will have it, but that's not as much.
That's gotta go.
It is sharp in the red, but it just really wasn't what I would feel comfortable with walking away from. I like this, but like it's not my style per se.
Good choice.
Danny approves. Here's a monster right here, so it was funny. I got to like kind of crush up and like.
I would take that. I'm a Ducati fanboy.
Ducati. It's nice, but there's something about that that's just elegantly beautiful. This is more boy racer looking.
Right from the bottom.
Dan, can you grab a couple boxes?
Who's excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is a very exciting day.
Awesome.
Here, I'll try to grab this because you're holding the camera.
All the goodies?
Almost. We're missing the damn exhaust. That's like the most like important visual piece.
Yeah, we'll get it soon.
I'm so impatient. I want instant satisfaction. She looks good.
Alright, cool, so you know.
I want to sit on it.
They asked me to take a picture of you on it.
Oh, I get a picture too?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Souvenir, man.
I mean, you got like the professional camera and mic
Actually,
over here.
Danny boy.
What's up?
Here, grab one here.
Are we neutral or first?
Here she is. I'm only going to show you this side because the stock exhaust side is beat AF. They're going to have to ship my Akrapovic. Forget it. I'll just show you guys. Oh, looks so bad. Akrapovic's way better, but this bike is freaking gorgeous. I am like so stoked to go ride this. And that's it. Dan and I got a little trip home. We'll pick it back up shortly.